Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Godlike Jesters. I'm James.
I'm Sandro, and today we're going to be talking about this. What's all this about this Logan Paul fight again?
Well, basically, I've seen a bit of a hate being sent to KSI's younger brother because obviously me and you watched the KSI versus Logan
Oh
Paul
yeah,
fight ages ago, a few months back, and KSI's a younger brother who had a fight earlier called Deji, and basically what he's done I think is utterly despicable. Basically, he's gone on, faked having COVID-19, pretended he had the whole virus and stuff.
how could
Yeah,
were he just ill, or were he just pretending to be ill?
he seemed to pretend to be ill because one day all of a sudden he's just fine the next day. He's pretending to be ill. It's clickbait.
Disrespectful of everyone that's had COVID-19.
Yeah, so he's basically been a total bellend. He's just been a complete and utter bell.
Ah,
And then what he went on to do, because obviously people started unsubscribing from him, he started losing subscribers almost immediately. He's then gone on to try and bait his brother into boxing him, sparring him.
all right.
And I was just sat there and thinking to myself, boxing is all the rage. Boxing's all the rage. And me and you were fans of boxing.
Oh, massive fans. No, just going on about that Logan Paul thingy fight. What's his face?
KSI.
Yeah, they're not right good, are they?
Well, see, this is what I've always wondered, like, because obviously
Well,
you
KSI
now,
just jumps in, like swinging, luckily punching, uh, connecting. Logan Paul has his hands down by his ankles. Don't do anything much. Got a shit jab. By the trainers, they think they come out better swinging, wouldn't you?
well, it's the thing, like everyone, I think the number one criticism I've seen of like Logan Paul in that fight, I mean, this is fights ages ago now, but the number one
Oh
criticism
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen is like all he did was just throw a jab, but he never threw his right. He never
He threw
threw
a
the big
couple of
punch.
rights that connected quite handsomely, but he didn't open anything up. He
Well,
was,
that's it.
and then KSI was jumping in, just jumping, throwing himself, and there were all the hugging thing. But Logan Paul with the holding him in headlock and punching him when he was down. You remember that?
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. But having said that, I was actually watching a fight the other day, and it was a mad one because a punch got thrown after the bell, and they ended up calling it a no contest because the guy got sparked afterwards. He was sparked
The thing
in the
is, though, right? If you're already throwing the punch
yeah.
while the bell's gone, then it should be counted because it's already thrown. Like if I throw and the bell's gone
Yeah.
and I connect, then it should be counting because the action has already been taken place. But
Well,
if the bell goes and then I throw one, then yeah.
it was
But the
interesting.
thing is, if I'd have knocked him out after that bell's gone, it should have been a disqualification, not a no contest.
Well, when I was watching this other fight, basically it was mad because he got his hand round the back of the guy's head through the punches.
Yeah, you
The
can't
guy
do
was so
that.
dazed, and then he like threw this massive one that dropped him as the bell had gone, and it was like the referee didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But this is what got me thinking, right? Because obviously you stepped into the ring a few times. You probably got one of the biggest punches of people that I actually know.
Yeah, I know of quite a few people that can check me out, but
This is what I mean. Like you're one of the biggest punches that I know of, and I've felt the power in this arm. It's not good.
yeah,
And I was just sat
a
here
bit of
thinking,
pad work.
like you've got Logan Paul, you've got KSI. Both have been trained to be boxers. But what happens if you put them in the ring with a genuine mean bastard who
Oh
actually
mate,
goes
they get
hard?
their ass handed to them. You got to remember though that were their first official fight, so you're bound to take a few. Plus,
Listen, like if you were in the ring with those two, like genuine question, do you actually think you could take either of them?
right now, no. But if I had to say who were the fight, who were the trainers now?
One of them was Mayweather. I think it was Mayweather's uncle, wasn't it?
Who's that? I forgot his name now. But Shannon Briggs will Logan Paul's, I think.
Yeah, Shannon Briggs was Logan Paul's trainer. I
Yeah,
think it was
but
Mayweather Senior was the other one's trainer.
yeah, something like that. But like if I had the people training me like them, then yeah, easy. But obviously, I don't have that kind of money.
No, the thing is, like, it's mad because like I know you've got a boxing brain. Like you've had this boxing brain for a long period of time.
Well, yeah, every time you come round when I'm watching, got boxing on, and I'm all the one jumping around my room, like, whoa, 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 move.
It's like
uh,
for me, it's that I've seen you've got hand speed, you've got power, you've been in the ring, you know what it's about. I'm
yeah,
genuinely thinking I don't think you actually need like the level of training that they had.
you got
I
to remember that
personally,
they're athletes. They've done boxing just as much as I have. I haven't done it that much, so they're they're better than me. I'm not going to say they're not better than me, but with the right kind of training, I'd probably take one of them on.
so
Either one of them.
if you had the right trainer, if you had the right trainer in 6 months, you reckon you could take either of them?
6 months. How much do they weigh?
I think Logan Paul's over 200 pound.
£200. So that would be that about 80 something kilo.
It's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
90 kilo, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, if I got down to 90 kilo, yeah. Right now I weigh 104. I put on some weight.
Like a chunky monkey.
Oh mate, you have no idea. I had a pizza last night. It was delicious.
See, this is the thing. Like, I've sat and I've been thinking, like, would you be able to do it? I'm like, as your best mate,
I,
I'm thinking to myself, I genuinely think you could take him. I think you've got that mean streak in you that allows you to do it. You've got the power to it. You've got the hand speed to do it. And I'm just sat here thinking, you've got what it takes. But then I was like,
cheers.
I personally think you do. I personally think you do.
I don't like to lose.
Well, that's it. You're mean bugger, and you can take a punch. That's the key thing. You can take a hit. You've got a chin, and I think that says a
But when
hell
I
of
did the white collar, that Alpheus, he could throw a good whack.
Well, he was a former pro, wasn't he?
I don't know what kind of thing he was. I know he'd done boxing before, and I think he's been in the ring a few times before, but I'm not quite sure of the boxing background that he had. But I know that they didn't really want to let him fight until they offered me out, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Which is what I mean. Like, I mean, as far as we're aware, he's got some sort of history in boxing that's not white collar.
Yeah.
So he's obviously had that Alpheus already obviously had time in the ring. He obviously had knowledge of what he was doing. Going to the ring with essentially an amateur, complete rank amateur in theory, and yet you go in there and you beat him. And so I reckon. I reckon.
Ring.
Well, that's what I mean. I reckon give you 6 months, a good coach, and I reckon personally, I think you could do it. But the other question then comes to mind.
I'd have to pack in fags.
For any American viewers, I want to clarify: fags over in the UK means cigarettes.
Yeah.
I need to clarify that. Personally, I've got in trouble in Vegas for making that mistake.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you don't smoke.
I know I don't smoke, but like one of my mates was Irish when I was out there. He was like trying to cop it. He was like, "Oh, mate, can you
cop a fag?"
So I don't go to people saying, "Oh, mate, can I get a fag off you?" Ooh, that caused hell on in Vegas for me.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, that wasn't a good time. But yeah, like so. One of the things, obviously, in previous podcasts, me and Sandro both talked about our ambition to fight again. Well, Sandro fight again, me fight for the first time in a white collar fight.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, depending on what the future holds, I think it'd be pretty cool if we could like saw our own boxing matches out and do something to carry us on our own backs.
Oh, way ahead of that.
Yeah, long way. Like, obviously, we could put this on the podcast and stuff like that and talk about that.
Maybe in a year or something, we could bring this one back up when we're talking about it.
That'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty sick, though, man. Like, obviously, we're going to if and when we do our white collar fight, we do plan to document the whole thing.
We'll try to.
Yeah, we'll try to. We plan on doing it if we can. But we're obviously going to want to get you guys involved in this as well, and like find ways to bring you the viewers into it. So if it's either by donating charity or whatever, we'll be looking to get you guys into it. But I was thinking, like, if you had a massive chance to have a big fight on YouTube, would you do it?
Yeah, money, isn't it? Like I'd step in ring with Tyson Fury. I know he'll knock me out in like one punch, but I'll be like, right, that's $1 million. Right, I can go on my way now. I can rebuild my jaw.
That'd be a sick laugh.
Yeah. Plus he's like 10 foot taller than me. He was like that, boff, into the ground. But yeah. Plus he's like a hero, isn't he? So it'll be good to just like meet him like that.
Yeah, like Tyson Fury is your idol, isn't he?
Oh, he's ace. I love him. A lot of people don't like him, but I think he's amazing.
The thing is, I saw him
a bit like Conor McGregor, though, isn't he? He's an absolute knob.
The thing is, I saw him in a podcast with True Geordie, and my dad was watching. My dad turned around. He said to me, he said, "My opinion of Tyson Fury has completely changed after that." He said, "I really like him." And I've actually
that's not his actual voice now, is it? You know what that he speaks with now.
Yeah.
When we were younger, he got hit in the throat, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he got hit in the throat, and it changed his voice.
Well, one of the things like I found interesting is obviously like I'm actually a little bit connected to the Fury family, but I think nearly everybody's got some sort of
name drop.
Well, it's like obviously like I know Hughie Fury's sister, and Hughie Fury is obviously Tyson Fury's cousin. And I've got to know them. I got to know Rachel. I got to know a few of her friends, and like honestly, the soundest people, genuinely the soundest people I've met.
Well, you need to take me to see them. What's going on here, Sam? What is wrong with you?
If I can sort that out, I will do.
When?
No, actually, mentioning though, like I just got reminded, like we were talking about Vegas, like very briefly earlier. Like I just remembered of like some of the crazy shit that when I was out there. Like, I went to a gun range in Vegas, and like they let you go crazy with like pretty much any weapon you want, as long as you want the money to use it. You can have a laugh.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to go to Vegas. I don't think I'd come back though.
No, I don't think you'd survive.
I might be missing a few digits.
But the thing is, for me, I still couldn't get over like the craziness of when I came out of the gun range in Nevada, and there was a sign on the door that said like for $1,000, well, I think it was $1,000, you could get a round trip to the Ukraine to fire a rocket launcher at a cow.
That's awesome.
You would think it's awesome, but awesome. I would sat there thinking to myself, if you subtract the rocket launcher from the cow, like $1,000 round trip to the Ukraine is actually a pretty good deal.
I wouldn't know. I've never been to like Vegas.
But the mad thing is,
find these prices out.
I then spoke to the proprietor, the guy who owns the place, or who was actually running it or whatever. And he turned around to me. He says, "Oh, you think that's a good deal? You should see what we had last month." He said, like $600, you could go to Chernobyl, and they're going in helicopters shooting wolves. And I was like, "What?"
That's the wildlife in around there. They're not supposed to be killing, are they? They're supposed to be capturing them and doing tests.
Well, that's it. This guy was saying, "Oh yeah, they're heavily irradiated. You're doing the animals a favor." And like now we're finding out.
You're not doing the rest of us a favor though, because you try to find out why they're not died.
But this is where things are. This is what
evolution, my friend, evolution.
Yeah, they're obviously saying like these animals are adapting to the radiation, etc. Yeah. But the thing that I found pretty mental was, have you heard about the recent forest fires around Chernobyl?
No, I've not heard about it. Go on, do tell.
Well, basically, there's been like these. Some people have basically lit their trash on fire who live near the exclusion zone. It's like lit up the entire forest, and massive amounts of the forest have been completely burnt to ground. So whatever wildlife was there is now gone. Half the trees are gone, and like it's mental because there's this area in the hot zone called the red forest, and this is where things get proper crazy. So in the red forest, it's so irradiated that even when a tree dies, there's no bacteria. All the bacteria is gone.
Doesn't disintegrate out, does it? It's just,
they don't disintegrate. So it's just like these dead trees are there, but they haven't degraded in any way. The leaves are there. And if
it's the animals around it, don't they? Like like everything that lives is what eats it all, and that's why it goes into the ground again.
Well, that's it. And then it has this whole thing where if this forest fire has gone through that area, and then a wind's picked up that the char and stuff like that, that's radioactive dust getting blown hundreds of miles away.
Oh yeah, kill thousands. Or make them into like little mutants.
It's absolutely mental. It's like literal world. It's like Fallout. It's genuine Fallout game. That's what you're dealing with.
Well, yeah. But
crazy damn Russians, mate. Crazy damn Russians.
Oh, they're all crazy, aren't they? But going back to, I've got a little notebook here. What we're talking about the other day. I've forgotten. We've hit a pause here.
Yeah, no worries. Like anyway, mate. I think we're gonna have to call it time right now. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna have to call it time right now. I think keep it short and sweet for today's episode.
All right, cool.
But guys, I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Godlike Jesters.
We're going to name this one then.
Could Sandro beat KSI?
We might get a little thing back saying, "Come on, then."
Honestly, mate, I would love it. I would genuinely love it if like this got picked up by KSI or Logan Paul, and either one. Yeah.
If they supply a trainer, obviously I can't pay for it myself. If they supply that trainer, mate, I will definitely do that.
I mean, I would be pissing myself laughing if that actually came to me. Yeah. I'd happily fight on the undercard. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd fight on the undercard.
You what, mate? Fight on the undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
like, his brother or whatever, whoever's brother.
Oh yeah, I think.
Oh, what's his face? That's a dickhead. Swearing here. Pretending he's been COVID.
Oh, Deji. Yeah, I reckon.
Fight him, knock him out. He deserves it.
Anyway, guys, so in the next episode we may be having we might be having another guest on. We'll see how that goes. But if you've enjoyed this podcast, remember to like the podcast, remember to subscribe to the podcast, and ring the bell for notifications.
Right, you know what you're saying about this bell. Right?
Yeah,
I've been looking on YouTube. I can't find no.
Oh,
bell.
for God's sake, Sandro! Like, you think we've done this before? You think we know how YouTube works?
Right, I'm looking on my phone. Right, it's a like, an up down, a like one, thumbs up, thumbs down one. Unless my phone's different.
Hang on, let me get my phone up and I'll get a video up and I'll show you it.
Get one of ours up. The views.
Right, Sandro, I'm pausing this video. There's a bell here.
Oh, the bell where the subscribe is.
Jesus.
Just say subscribe then. That's better. You could be able to see that one.
No, because the bell actually means that the people get the notification that we've uploaded a new video.
Okay. Ring that bell.
Oh, Christ almighty. Yeah, we are professionals.
So, like, subscribe, ring that bell.
For notification.
Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you in the next episode, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. For God's sake, Sandro. Thanks for that ending. Jesus. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.